It is reported that Imam Malik was asked about the saying of Allah, the most merciful rose above the throne. The man said, how is Allah's rising? Istawa. Malik said, the rising is acknowledged, its modality is unknown, and asking about it is an innovation. Asking about it is an innovation. I see you are a man who intended evil with this question. Interesting. Imam Malik. So first of all, asking about it is an innovation. The modality, the kayfiyah, we leave that to Allah. This is tafweed. This is tafweed. And I know you Ibn Taymiyyah lovers are seething right now, but it is tafweed. And Imam Malik is saying we leave that to Allah. But you're asking about it is an innovation. It's a bid'ah. And you specifically who have come to ask me about this, to test me on this, I see that you intended evil by that. You're trying to cause a scandal, a fadiha. You're trying to cause me to say something that will look bad or that will create doubt about my knowledge. You asked about something that is not necessarily clear-cut. Is not clear-cut. You're asking about me in and of itself is an innovation. Delving into this is an innovation, but you specifically are doing this for an evil purpose. So this is Imam Malik talking about Aqidah testing. And then this is a statement from Ibn Hanbal. Imam Ahmad, we used to believe that it was best to remain silent on this matter of the Quran's createdness before these people, the Jahmiyyah, engaged in it. But when they openly proclaimed it, we found no alternative but to oppose them and refute their claims. So this is Madhhab as-Sukut that we talked about with Sheikh Diddu in the Sectarian Brain Rot episode, 10 episodes ago. But this is interesting because Imam Ahmad says we stayed silent. Don't engage. Don't delve into these issues and make it a concern of debate for the public. Don't even go into them, let alone aqidah test other people according to them, according to these secondary issues. But then, if you have a group that's coming out and is doing this in a way to cause fitna, to cause division, okay, then we have to shut that down. And that's what I'm doing. So people will say, Daniel, you're such a hypocrite. You don't want people to engage in sectarianism, and you don't want people to delve into these secondary issues, but you're doing it yourself. You're talking about istighatha to the jinn and istighatha to angels and tahweed and all of these. You're a sectarian, Daniel. It's like, no, you idiot. No, you moron. This is a response. This is a response to those who are causing the fitna, who are causing the constant civil war in the midst of a genocide, in the midst of the slaughter of our brothers and sisters. We have to silence these people who are causing nonstop fitna. It's required. And if you don't see the wisdom of that now, you don't see the wisdom of Imam Ahmad now, you're going to see it tomorrow when they start aqidah checking you. When they start coming after you and start smearing you, sullying your name, and then the attacks will only escalate. Like, that's the bad news. Unless you kiss the ring and lick the boot, the attacks are going to escalate. And we're going to see exactly how that happens in a second. When Imam al-Bukhari entered Nishapur, some people tested him with the issue of whether the Quran is created or not. Al-Bukhari responded, the Quran is the speech of Allah, uncreated, and the actions of the servants are created. Testing people isn't an innovation. You know, Imam Bukhari was takfired for this view. Imam Bukhari, subhanAllah, was takfired because he said that the recitation is created. Of people, when they recite the Quran, is created. Now, if you don't have a clue of what this means, don't worry about it. It's not going to affect your salvation, inshallah. You're not going to be asked about this in the grave. You're not going to be held accountable for this by Allah. Okay? But Imam Bukhari was takfired by Ahl al-Hadith, by the followers of Imam Ahmad. Now, were they true followers of the usul of Imam Ahmad? Obviously not. But they are takfiring al-Bukhari, and al-Bukhari had a very difficult life because he was constantly being aqidah checked, and he had to hide and live a life of obscurity because he was being harassed so much. This is an aspect of Islamic history that you don't really hear about. But we're going to have more information on it for you, inshallah, coming in the sectarian video, for example. But Imam Bukhari, al-Bukhari of Sahih Bukhari, the muhaddith, was being takfired on this issue, which I'm sure 99.99999% of you all listening haven't even heard of. Probably 99% of you haven't even heard of this issue of the createdness of the Quran in the first place. Like, the first time I heard about it, I was in college. I'd been practicing Muslim. I was Muslim my whole life, alhamdulillah, but practicing and studying Islam for, at that point, 3 or 4 years. And then this, oh, okay, createdness of the Quran. No, I didn't know that this is an issue. That's not even the issue he's being tested on. He's being tested on the speech of the servant who recites the Quran. Is that created or is that uncreated? And this has to do with ta'wil, it has to do with the Jahmiyyah, it has to do with the Sifat of Allah. How it's all connected, that's beyond the scope of this. It's relevant because Rabbi Faris aqidah checks Uthman bin Farouk on this issue, okay? But just look at how you have to go into the depths to find something, to catch that person. That's why Imam Malik said, I see that you intend evil. You intend evil with this questioning, with this checking. And this is why Imam Bukhari says this is an innovation, this is a bid'ah. You're doing something very wrong. This is not what Islam is about. You're creating sectarianism. This is what the Khawarij did. This is what the Kharijis did.